Hello, this is Anne-Lise Gere, your HR consultant and advisor, with another episode of Ask the HR Expert. Your questions answered in just a few minutes. And here's a question that you may be asking yourself sometimes, which is, can I pay my employees different rates of pay depending on the type of work they do for me? And the short answer is probably yes. One example where that applies sometimes quite frequently is in the home care business. Depending on the type of case, depending on who the payer source is, you might be able to maybe pay a little bit more for the hour of care depending on which client the caregiver is working with. And so that is perfectly legal, unless there are some specific rules in locally in your local state or localities. But from a federal standpoint, different rates of pay for work is acceptable. Another example of a different rate of pay is sometimes employers will pay the transport time from one location to the next at the minimum wage rate, rather than at the actual work rate. So those are acceptable practices. However, one of the challenges of this is the administrative burden, making sure that you keep good track and that the employees keep good track of which work hours will be paid at what rate. And that obviously needs to be verified. And when you have 2-3 different rates of pay applying to the same employee, it becomes complicated. And so one thing that the Department of Labor does not like is for employers to make errors when they pay employees. And so the administrative burden is should not be neglected, because they could actually cost you a lot of money when you get it wrong. So sometimes we have to be careful that we tend to be penny wise and pound foolish. And I think that could be sadly one of those cases where we're trying to save a little bit of money by paying a lower rate of pay, for instance, when somebody is driving between 2 work assignments, but then not keeping proper track will cost us a lot of money in compliance costs. So something to consider. My personal preference is always to keep things as simple as possible. So if you have any other HR questions, do send me an email. My address is annalise@gereconsulting.com. Make sure you check out my website, which is very simply gereconsulting.com. And of course, watch out for more episodes of Ask the HR Expert on your favorite YouTube channel, and you might as well want to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Until next time, have a fantastic work week.